So it is already midday today, and I'm curious, how many decisions have you made just this morning, right? If you've made 5, 10, 20 decisions, there's a problem. And the problem is if you have an A players on your team, like if you've read my book, How to Hire the Best, and you are using the How to Hire the Best system, I know you have A players on your team. And if you are still the one solving all the problems, dealing with customer and client issues, dealing with team issues, dealing with a problem in a system or a process that went awry and somebody didn't get what they needed, if all of that is still coming to you, you are still the bottleneck. And I want to explain to you why you are still the bottleneck. You're probably doing what every business owner believes we should be doing: hire some A players, train them, and somehow magically everything's going to come off your plate. Well, that's not the case. That's not how it works. A players come into our businesses and they have a lot of history in either their schooling or in their work history or both, where they have taken initiative and they've been slapped down for it and told, we don't value your ideas. They've gotten that message one way or another. So first off, that's the first hurdle you have to overcome, is teaching your team members that you really value their input. Once you get them contributing and giving you ideas and solving problems on their own, you need to be looking at how to make their time worth $10,000 an hour. Every A player on your team, no matter what role they are in, can be doing $10,000 an hour work. So remember, the definition of a $10,000 an hour activity is when we are working from our strengths and we are making everything else easier or unnecessary for ourselves or others. So that means every role in the team has the potential to do $10,000 an hour activity. But here's the kicker. Our A players, if they do not understand a few key things in the business, their ideas will not be $10,000 an hour ideas, and their actions won't be $10,000 an hour actions. We need your A players to understand what their strengths are, first and foremost. What is their unique perspective and their unique contribution to the team? So in Leadership Bootcamp, that's where I teach your A players to do this $10,000 an hour thinking. They learn their strengths and they really come to appreciate how what comes easy to them does not come easy to someone else on the team. And that's a huge insight, because until now, your A players have been taking their strengths for granted and they have not been tapping into the potential of their strengths. Because if something is easy for us, we tend to just take it as, oh, well, everyone can do this, right? Well, no, not everyone can do it. So your A players really come to appreciate their unique strengths and their unique contribution on the team. But then we want to get them focusing on the sweet spot of the business and looking at how they can make everything else easier or unnecessary around that sweet spot. So your top clients and customers, your unique offerings, and the systems that you have in place, that defines the sweet spot. So you want your A players to understand that. I teach them how to do that in Leadership Bootcamp. And I'm also showing them the importance of profitability. It's amazing how many A players really don't comprehend profitability in a business, why it's important, and how to drive the profitability, particularly around the sweet spot, using their strengths. And that's the magic that comes together in our Leadership Bootcamp program at Tap the Potential. So if you have A players, you are still making all the decisions and solving all the problems, your A players need Leadership Bootcamp. This is a 6-week course. And it's a boot camp, and we're going to rapidly move them into doing $10,000 an hour activities for you in your business. And that is amazing, because everything that your A players take off your plate frees your thinking and time up for you to be able to focus on your $10,000 an hour activities. And this is how you scale a business profitably around the sweet spot. So check out our Leadership Bootcamp. You can go to tapthepotential.com/leadership and look for Leadership Bootcamp, learn all about it. Or if you have questions and you want to talk to someone on our team, book a call at tapthepotential.com. We'd be happy to walk you through the process.